Easy go.
What's up YouTube, it's the MLG Apache back with another video, and today we're talking about Rainbow Six Siege, specifically the new operators for the Hong Kong DLC and also some of the fixes coming with the Hong Kong DLC and how they'll affect the game or the meta. So I'll have a link in the description to the patch notes if you want to read them yourself or read about the operators, look at all the little bug fixes, all that. So first things first, we have two new trap operators, Lesion and Ela. Now, in my last video, I did say Lesion kind of becomes obsolete or useless if operators can just simply pull the needle out real quick. Only takes like a 3-second animation or something like that, and then they're all good. Honestly, I doubt people are going to die very often from, immediately stopping, taking it out, and then they're good to go. I doubt anybody's gonna really rush them while that happens. And then Ela, now her trap is pretty good if you're really, watching where you put it. If you're watching where you put it, it goes off. They have like almost no chance. It's pretty much an echo drone, effect. So it's very unlikely they'll kill you, and it's very likely you're gonna kill them. So we're gonna see a lot of people taking it slow. And we might even see a lot more IQs just because people want to find those traps. Specifically, probably the Ela ones, even though Lesion ones are completely cloaked. So, it's really hard to find those. But then with Ying, she's kind of overpowered from what it looks like right now. So I feel like people are going to use her a lot. Just throw the drone through the door or the drone hole, whatever, and rush in right when it pops off. They can't get flashed by their own ability, while everybody in the room gets flashed, and they just pick off easy kills over and over again. Or they can even just put it on the wall and set it on a timer. So yeah, these operators are probably going to change the game a lot in my opinion. And then we have a lot of little changes that I think will probably change the game a lot, including barbed wire. They're going to make it easier to run through it. I believe it's at a 40% increase in movement speed while you're in it, as well as it's going to take one less hit to destroy. So people probably will still use barbed wire a lot like they are right now. They just fill hallways with it, but it's going to be a lot easier to get rid of it now. It just takes 2 hits and you can move even faster in it. So now you're not super slow walking in and then somebody just peeks the door and you're dead easy. Now you can actually, move a little bit faster through the barbed wire and get into cover. Next is Jackal. I think we're also going to see a lot more Jackals because of this. They're increasing the amount of times you get pinged, because they're increasing how often you get pinged and decreasing the amount of time it lasts, like the full effect, not just each ping. So I think we are going to see a lot of Jackals now, because his weapon, this makes his gadget a lot better. Before, he was decent, but I feel like now that he has that extra ping, people are going to just spam him and constantly make you move when you're getting pinged. Next we have Bandit. Now, Bandit got 2 changes. One is he can now destroy Hibana charges while they're, popping off. Like when they're in the little... When she presses the button on her detonator and they start flashing, he can destroy them like that now. So basically now it makes it a lot easier to use the Bandit trick on Hibana's charges as well as Thermites. So we're probably going to see him. I mean, we still see him a lot of the time, but we're probably going to see him doing that a lot to Hibana, which will probably suck for Hibana. And then this one's not as really that important. He can one-shot drones with his battery. That's not really that big, but it's good to know. And then one thing about IQ that I think will also make her even more used, not just including the fact that we have 2 trap operators, one of them that you can really only see their gadget with IQ. Now she doesn't detect friendly gadgets. So this makes it a lot easier to use her. You don't have a big cluttered screen when you pull that out and you just see a bunch of your teammates' abilities. Now you'll just only see the enemies, which makes it a lot easier, especially since there's going to be so many traps lying around the map, especially since Lesion can get them over time and get a lot of them. Next we have Fuse. This one basically they're making it easier to predict his, like, the pattern of his fuse charge. Now I don't know about you guys, but I've never been able to guess the pattern. I kind of just run away as far as I can from the fuse charge. I feel that's kind of, you know, the common logical thing to do rather than try to just map where they're gonna shoot out. But yeah, I mean, if you're good enough to do it, that helps you a lot. And then lastly is Blackbeard's hit marker on his shields. You no longer get those. It's not something huge, but people a lot of times would just randomly shoot, get a hit marker on his shield, and know where he's at. So now that won't be happening as much, or at all really, because they're eliminating those hit markers. So it's going to make it a lot easier for Blackbeard to kind of sneak up a little bit. It's kind of hard, it's 3 armor, but we'll see if he can manage it. And then also for the defenders, they're removing that big, you know, red filter when you run outside. They think the big red label in the middle of the screen is enough to tell you, no, this is crazy, you're probably in trouble. So that's going to be really good for defenders, really bad for attackers, because that filter, in my opinion, messed me up a lot. I mean, I still did well, you know, running outside and getting some kills, but without that filter, I feel like I'm going to do a lot better. So let me know down in the comments what you think about all of these changes, how you think the game is going to change, how the meta is going to change, you know, what operators are going to be used more often, that kind of thing. Put that all down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. And with that said, peace.